Let me start with a sentence that might ruin your day. The rich don't cheat taxes. They outgrow them. No secret Swiss vaults. No movie-style cash suitcases. No illegal magic tricks. Just a system so legally perfect it feels illegal. And the wildest part? You've been taught the opposite your entire life. You were told, work hard, earn more, save more, invest a little, and one day you'll be rich. They were taught, never sell, never earn, never pay. Welcome to Buy, Borrow, Die. The quiet financial cheat code the wealthy use to legally pay almost nothing in taxes while everyone else argues about tax brackets on Twitter. Stay with me, because once you see this, you can't unsee it. And more importantly, you'll finally understand why hustling harder isn't the move. Owning smarter is. Fact number 1, rich people don't get paid. They own things. Let's rip the Band-Aid off immediately. Taxes love income, wages, salaries, bonuses, overtime, freelance checks. Basically, you working harder. That's why your paycheck gets absolutely mugged before it even hits your bank account. The rich? They avoid income like it's expired milk. Instead of earning money, they own assets. Stocks, businesses, real estate, private equity, royalties. Anything that quietly grows in value without screaming, "Hey IRS, tax me." If Jeff Bezos got paid like you, Amazon would collapse from payroll taxes alone. But he doesn't earn a salary. He owns Amazon stock. And stock appreciation is not taxed until you sell. Translation, you grind. You pay taxes immediately. They own. Taxes are optional. Later. And here's the kicker. Later can mean never. But how do they live if they're not earning money? Good question. That's where the real game begins. If they're not getting paid, how are they buying mansions, jets, and 300 million divorces? Let's talk about the most misunderstood move in money. Fact number 2, borrowing is the rich man's paycheck. Here's the mind blower that breaks people's brains. Loans are not taxable. When you borrow money, the IRS doesn't touch it. Because technically, it's not income, it's debt. So what do the rich do? They take their appreciating assets, stocks, businesses, real estate, and borrow against them. Example, you own $100 million in stock. You go to a bank and say, "Lend me $10 million, my stock is collateral." Bank says yes. Obviously, you get $10 million cash. You pay 0 taxes on it. Now pause. If you made $10 million at a job, half of it would be vaporized by taxes before you even smelled it. But because it's borrowed money? IRS. Cool story, bro. And it gets better. The interest on that loan, often tax deductible, meaning the rich don't just avoid taxes, they reduce them. So now you're thinking, okay, but debt is bad, right? That's because you were taught about consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, stuff that loses value. The rich use asset-backed debt, borrowing against things that grow faster than the interest. Debt isn't the enemy, bad assets are. But wait, if they're borrowing forever, don't they eventually have to pay it back? Oh yes, and this is where the system goes full cheat code mode. Fact number 3, they never sell. Selling is for amateurs. Selling assets creates taxes. Period. Capital gains tax exists for one reason, to punish selling. So what do the wealthy do? They don't sell, ever. Instead of selling stock or property to cash out, they just keep borrowing against it, over and over. As the asset grows, they borrow more. Think of it like this. You're sitting on a tree that keeps growing fruit every year. Why chop the tree down when banks will lend you money just because you own the tree? Selling is what broke people do when they need cash. Borrowing is what rich people do when they want liquidity. And here's the part nobody tells you. As long as the asset grows faster than the loan interest, the debt becomes irrelevant. The asset pays for the debt. The owner stays tax-free. Okay, genius, you're thinking. What happens when they die? Surely the IRS shows up then, right? Oh, about that. Fact number 4. Death is the ultimate tax strategy. This is the die part of buy, borrow, die. And yes, it's as dark as it sounds. When someone dies, their assets get a magical reset called step up in basis. Translation: in human language, all the capital gains vanish. If someone bought stock at $1 million and it's worth $100 million when they die, their heirs inherit it as if it was bought at $100 million. Zero capital gains, zero back taxes, years of appreciation erased. That loan they borrowed against the asset? Paid off by the estate. The heirs get clean assets. The IRS gets crumbs. This isn't a loophole, it's the law. And yes, normal people technically get this too. But most people don't die owning hundreds of millions in appreciating assets. Now, before you start screaming, "This system is rigged," let's talk about why it looks fair on paper, but absolutely isn't in practice. Fact number 5. The tax code rewards ownership, not effort. The tax system isn't broken. It's designed. Governments want investment. They want businesses built. They want housing developed. They want capital flowing. So they reward people who provide capital, not labor. That's why. Capital gains are taxed less than income. Debt is encouraged. Losses are deductible. Appreciation is untaxed until sale. Meanwhile, working harder? Congrats. Here's a higher tax bracket. This isn't a conspiracy. It's economics. But nobody explains it to you because schools still think W-2 jobs are the peak of success. But here's the part where people mess up. They think this strategy is only for billionaires. That's false. Let's break that myth right now. Fact number 6. You don't need to be rich. You need to start owning. You don't need a private jet to play this game. You need assets, real estate, index funds, businesses, intellectual property, anything that grows without clocking in. Even small-scale examples work. Rental property, long-term stock ownership. Owning equity instead of just income. The key isn't size, it's structure. If your entire financial life is built around earning and spending, you're stuck in the tax hamster wheel. Ownership is the exit ramp. But if it's so powerful, why doesn't everyone do it? Simple. The system conditions you not to. Fact number 7. You were trained to be a perfect taxpayer. School teaches you how to earn. Jobs teach you how to comply. Banks teach you how to borrow for liabilities. Nobody teaches you how to structure wealth. Because a population that understands buy, borrow, die would be a lot harder to control and a lot harder to tax. So instead, you're taught fear. Debt is bad. Risk is dangerous. Play it safe. Safe for who? Now let's connect the dots and put the entire puzzle together. Fact number 8. Buy, borrow, die. The whole loop. Here's the full playbook, simplified. 1. Buy assets that appreciate. 2. Borrow against them instead of selling and live tax efficiently. Die and let the tax slate wipe clean. No fraud, no evasion, just ownership and patience. The rich aren't smarter than you. They just play a different rule book. So what should you actually do after watching this, instead of just being mad? Fact number 9. What you can do. Starting now. Stop obsessing over income. Start focusing on what you own. Ask better questions. How can I turn income into assets? How can I hold assets long term? How can I legally minimize selling? This isn't about copying billionaires overnight. It's about shifting your thinking from worker to owner. Money doesn't reward effort. It rewards leverage. Let's lock this in with a brutal recap. Income gets taxed immediately. Assets grow tax-deferred. Borrowing isn't taxed. Selling triggers taxes. Death resets the bill. Ownership beats effort. That's buy, borrow, die. Not sexy, not viral, but insanely effective. In the next video, I'm breaking down how the middle class accidentally pays the highest taxes of all, and how to legally escape that trap without becoming a finance bro. Trust me, it connects perfectly to what you just learned. If this flipped your understanding of money even a little, hit like, not for the algorithm, but because your future self will thank you. Subscribe if you want more savage, no BS breakdowns of how money actually works. And comment below, what asset do you want to own, not work for, in the next 5 years? Because once you see the game, you don't play it the same way again.